Hey guys, Happy New Year. So, January 1st, 2019, have been back from my trip. Uh, so, in the past few days, not feeling well at all. So, today's New Year's, I thought that it's good to reflect on the past years and try to see if I can come up with a New Year resolution. And this is something that we normally do on New Year, right? Come up with a new resolution and just praying that we can stick to it. So let me show you a little bit about my experience, from my trip. There's something interesting that. So I bought this book here. This is Doraemon. I mean, when I was young, I read this book like crazy, and I find a copy in Japan. And I'm not sure if this one is the one I read when I was young, but it's like a new edition, I think. This a new story is were written in English and they have Japanese as well. Yeah, so it was kind of cool. So I just bought one. I think it's like a couple hundred. I think it's like 100 yen or something. It's like couple dollars. The I went to Phuket, Thailand. Spent a couple days there. Went back to Vietnam, attending a wedding, and then I fly to Phu Quoc. It's like a small island in Vietnam, and I stay there in Vinpearl. It's a really nice resort there. I have a safari, I think a Vinpearl Land is like a theme park, like in here. And I went to the ride. Of course, the roller coaster there is nothing compared to here. I went to the water park, which is very interesting. They built one of those tube that I thought it was scarier than the one in here. I think maybe because of the design. I mean, the way they were designing it is that it's create that I don't know. I don't feel safe when I was in it, and it create that emotion. Like I mean, I was scared, when I went through that tube, compared to when I was here, So that's kind of surprising. I thought, the experience was like blah, you know what I'm saying? But the water park was great. The way we designed it was scary, So from the trip, I learned a lot. It's like it's good to travel. And in Vietnam, I noticed that people nowadays, people are doing well. The way that we spending money, I spend on average like 100 plus a day, and the money, for the most part is not that expensive. You went to a coffee shop, eat lunch or something. It's like 100,000 Vietnam dong or something. It's like $10 or something like that. It's very cheap. The food was great. I eat a lot of mangosteen. What else I eat? Yeah, I eat a lot of mangosteen because that's my purpose going back to Vietnam. So I went to Thailand. I bought some mangosteen there, and it's small compared to the one in Vietnam, and it tastes great. So what else I do? I went a lot of restaurant. Eat a lot of seafood. The interesting thing is the seafood in Vietnam is very expensive. So in here, if you see lobster, right, it's maybe $8-9 a pound or something. In Vietnam, it's like 30, 40, $50 a kilo, which is like 2 pounds. Way more expensive, but people in Vietnam, they have money to buy it. And the lobster is huge. It's like 3 or 4 times bigger than the one in here. So what I learned from the trip is that people in Vietnam, they live a different life. They enjoy their life. My friend, right, they went out to have a drinks every other day, right? Every week they see each other 3 or 4 times. They have more way to spend their money, right? There are a lot of place where you can go and enjoy the time, Of course, in Vietnam, I have a feeling like the time it passed slower than in the state. Because in here we own like we always work, right? So I feel like in the United States the time went by very fast. It's like Monday to Friday, and you wait for the weekend, and then on a Sunday you feel horrible, like tomorrow is Monday, I have to go back to work, right? But in Vietnam every day is a weekend, right? After work you have time to going out, you buy food, everything is convenient now. You can order food from the app, the cook crab. You can deliver food to your house. Traveling from one city to another is easy. You don't have to call a taxi. It's more expensive now. So that app saved me a lot of money. And people in Vietnam, the way that they live is like, some people, they make money very easy. Like they invest in house, they invest in businesses, especially like restaurant or something. They make a lot of money. Like every night you see people going out and eating out, and I'm wondering if they actually cook. But a lot of family, they actually cook. That's very interesting, because if I lived there, I wouldn't think I want to cook at all, because it's so cheap, to buy the food. Why bother cooking, unless that you worry about the food. But overall, I think the food is fine. It's just you need to find the right restaurant. Be careful when you're eating out. On the street. Of course, like there's a lot of things that you have to worry about. And when I'm in Vietnam, I'm thinking, like, people don't worry about technology. They don't have to worry about like I feel different. Feel different when I was in Vietnam. Like I don't have to worry about anything about technology. Like in the state, I'll go to my room. I use Alexa. I use Netflix. All of that. But in Vietnam, you don't use that type of service, right? If you want to see a movie, you go to see a movie. It's nearby. It's very convenient. You don't have to worry about any of that. And the people there, I feel like they don't rely on technology as much. They do use it now, like using the app and things like that. But compared to here, of course, they live a very simple life. They enjoy the stuff. They pay with cash. In here, it's all about carry a credit card with you, right? So in Vietnam, people grab big wad of, like cash with them. Cash is king, And I feel the sense of like calm when I was in Vietnam for some reason. Like in the morning, you wake up and you hear, you don't hear the alarm going off, right? You hear the sounds of the car to drive by. You hear the rooster, in the morning. Things like that. Because I live in Bình Dương. It's like a small city compared to Saigon or Hanoi. It's a big city. So I kind of like that more. Because in big city, as I hate it on rush hours, like from 5 to 7 p.m. is a rush hour. If you go to anywhere, it's very hard, own traffic. So keep in mind, avoid that. Same thing like in the morning, avoid like from 8 to 10 a.m., during that time when you went to the city. There's always traffic there. And the cost of if you take like, any public transportation, or you order Grab, the service, the ride service there, they charge you an arms and a leg for those service. So keep that in mind. So when I went back to the state, in the first day or two, I kind of missed that. I'm missing eating the food in Vietnam, right? And here, it came back here. There's no food in fridge, right? You want to order something, you have to drive, to go get the food there. It's not delivered like in Vietnam, right? It's very inconvenient. And when I'm back here, I'm thinking about work, right? I'm thinking about what I need to learn next to get the next certification, to get back to my job. How can I find applying for another job or something like that. But in Vietnam, people make money. They don't have to worry about any of that. Like my sister-in-law, right? She would invest in like she buy a land or something and just keep it there for a couple of years, and the price went up 3 times, 4 times within a year. That's how they make money. It's very easy. You don't have to think about, where can I find a job? Where can I apply for the next job, or learning to get a new certification, right? For me, right now, I'm studying for AWS, Amazon certification, right? But in Vietnam, they make money. They don't have to worry about any of that. But in the state, you have to worry about your job. You have to worry about where you live and paying taxes and things like that. But in Vietnam, they don't have to worry about any of that. They make money in different way. So I feel like in life, it's important to notice that there's many different ways to make money. You don't have to think about just the job that you're doing right now, like you're trying to get certification to get a better pay and things like that. Just do what you do best, and think about business. I think business is the way to give you flexibility. You don't have to you don't have to follow the 9 to 5 hour, where it's kind of restrict you. You don't have time to do anything else. So if you have a business on the side, definitely it's gonna help a lot. And for me, for the new year resolution, I think I want to travel more. In the past year, I only traveled in the state. I went to Denver, Colorado, because this year we have a lot. We have a wedding. My sister in-law, wedding. So people from Vietnam, they come over to visit. I haven't got any chance to travel or anything like that, and that's something happened in my life as well. So that's kind of like a big change for myself this year. I got a new job as well. So switching from one job to another, it's kind of stressful, right? You're gonna learning a lot as well, right? With my new company, it's a bigger company, so I gotta learn a lot of new processes and trying to get new certification as well. So moving forward to 2019, I think that for me is to travel more, to travel to other countries to see how people live. Travel to Thailand, right, and enjoy the food there, right? The snack in Thailand is awesome. I bought a bunch of durian, like dry fruit or something as well, and then they have a really good like seaweed that I bought. Now I saw on Amazon they sell some of them, but the one in Thailand is really good. There's some item there that you couldn't find on Amazon. I'm still trying to figure out how I can ship some of the item from Thailand. I buy some item from Thailand here. So traveling is one of my goals for New Year. And also the experience, for me, when you get older, it's all about like what you accomplish during your lifetime, right? The experience of traveling to different places, meeting new people. And I think for me, it's more about like open myself up to meeting new people, because in the past year or so, I think I'm kind of restrict myself of just working and think about working on my business, but never kind of like spending time with meeting new friend and trying to build up those relationships. I have like like business relationship with people like who working for me and people like my client, but not really like a friendship relation. Like friend, like time to spend. Going out with friend. So I think for the new year, I want to spend more time on that. Same thing for family as well. My parents live, like 34 minutes away from me. Same thing with my sister. So I'm trying to spend more time with them if I can, and my grandmother too. She live a little bit far away. So experience enjoying with family and friends, that's very important, And then probably improve myself. I think that should be one of the things we're trying to do is getting new certification. Right now I'm trying to get an Amazon certification, trying to build up my business using more technology, this kind of thing, travel more, what else? I think overall it's like self-improvement. And the thing about New Year resolution is we're trying to set it up in the beginning and trying to make big plan, right? And then we never follow up. So I think I'm just trying to keep it simple, like trying to do one thing at a time. And then maybe like by mid-year or something, I need to revisit and see how I change. So for the past year, there's certain thing that I'm trying, like, posting live stream, right? I think that having, learning how to communicate is very important for anyone. It doesn't necessarily you in sales or are you, working anything with marketing or anything like that. It's more like the ability to influence other people is very important, to be able to express yourself. I think for me, sometimes it's like learning the language, the English language. So I know I've been living here for like 18 years now, but sometimes I don't feel confident in terms of like how to use some of the idiom there, some like the idioms or proverb, or like you good enough in terms of like make your point, but not enough in terms of like express yourself. When I say express yourself, is learning how to use the right vocabulary and build up your vocabulary each day. So that's something I want to try to do more, and learn each day. Like right now, what I'm trying to do is every time I watch a movie, I after I watch a movie, I'm trying to read the summary and trying to learn how to summarize what I watch, or the word they use, any idioms that they use, and then just write it down and trying to memorize that, because memorization actually helping me keep my memories work better. Because sometimes you just rely on technology too much. You don't learn how to memorize stuff anymore. Like after finish with school, right? You don't have to memorize anything. But now I think it's important to brush up that skill to continue to learn to memorize stuff, and increase what you learn. So that in terms of like material thing, I mean, I never want to set up like any goal for materialistic thing, because for me, like sometimes when you get that certain thing, like the feeling of after you having it is like, that's it. Like when I get my new iPhone, like that's one time, like when I get my iPhone 7 or something, like I want to buy it, save, but when I got the phone on my hand, I don't know what to do with it. And the feeling was like, blah, okay, I can use it for Facebook and things like that. But any materialistic stuff that you bought, like any new jacket, new jean or whatever, the feeling is just like, yeah, okay, if you bought it, use it right away. Don't just store it. All right, that's why I say in the previous video is when you bought something, use it right away. Don't save it up for a special occasion, because you never know if if you're gonna be alive the next day, right? So use it. If you like that jacket, if it's expensive, that's fine. If you like it and it fit you right, buy it. But use it right away. Don't try to save it up someplace and then go buy another one, or trying to find the cheapest deal to buy something. Because I think if you're trying to save money with coupon and things like that, and you buy the thing that not fit you well, it don't make sense. It wastes of money. Like I noticed myself, I bought like 10 or 15 jeans of the same size because I like that type of jean. But now I'm thinking about it, like I don't wear those jeans. I say some of the jeans is brand new. I never wear it. But now I start to saying, okay, I'm gonna start wearing new jeans now when I travel. So that's my goal. Whenever I travel, moving forward, it's just getting the new stuff that I bought before, just wearing it for the first time. Or even if you go to work or something, just pull out a new shirt that you bought every month or something like that. Don't try to save it up for any special occasion. So that, and yeah, any materialistic, I don't put that as my New Year resolution. I just like, yeah, it's not important. I think my New Year resolution is continue to kind of like build up like a following. I know that this live stream right now is just on Facebook, but I hope to post on YouTube, and kind of like learning from people as well. Because I feel like YouTube, I know like being a YouTuber is not something like new, right? People make money from YouTube, right? Michelle Fan, you people do makeup and things like that, right? But it's not my goal here. I'm not just trying to make money out of YouTube or any video. It's just for me to express myself and kind of like, because here's the thing in life, because if you have idea in your mind and you're just sitting there with your idea and you don't express it and people don't know about it, then it's just a waste, right? At least you brought it up, the topic, people can discuss about it, and you can see better. You can see other people's perspective. And I think that's something that I want to learn from other people by posting YouTube and things like that. And I think that's one of my accomplishments this year. It kind of like, start to post live stream once a week. And then I think in terms of health, I think I want to lose more weight. For the past 2.5 weeks, I've been eating a lot in Vietnam, right? No exercise. So again, 3 or 4 pounds, right? When I come back here. So I need to get back on track on running. I just bought a new bench and then, some some weight as well. So hopefully to build some muscle, to go back to like improving my body, trying to lose weight. So okay, so we have health goal for the year, right? Trying to lose weight. I'm trying to get down to maybe 145 pounds. So right now I'm at 155. So I lose 5 pounds since the trip already, but there's another 10 pounds to go. In terms of like habit, I think I have some bad habit, like as a developer, sometimes you use smoking at work, right? So I think that's some habit that is not good for you. I'm trying to cut back on that. Sometimes smoking help you think better, and that's how I get into that habit, because my previous coworker, they smoke a lot, so I kind of get into that habit because as developer you coding every day, right? Sometimes you just have to think about something and just step out with your when your coworker was outside smoking and you're just sitting inside, you feel like, yeah, I need to walk around doing something, and then you get into that habit of smoking. So that's not good. I'm trying to cut back on that. So what else? Health wise, okay. And then in terms of like goal for the year is more like get more experience in terms of like traveling, right? Hopefully I can travel maybe 2 or 3 countries a year. Next year I plan to travel to Vietnam again. There's a lot of places in Vietnam I haven't been to, like in Hanoi, going to the north side of Vietnam I haven't been to. And then travel wise, experience, get more experience. I think it's important in life is like get out there and meeting new people, and that's just my goal, as I told you earlier. Meeting new friends, right, and spend time with them, build up the relationship. And that's just something I kind of like put it on the back burner, because I feel I focus too much on my work and my and my business, so I don't have time to meet up friend. I'm trying to save some time for my friend moving forward, try to build up those relationship, and finding mentor, right? I in the past I have a mentor. He's this American. I met him through one of the network for business, and he kind of guiding me through how to run my business and things like that. So important to find those mentor. And I think that in Virginia right now there's some people that I really like to meet. There's one person I really want to meet. His name is Kim Long Win. I think this is the guy who he kind of donate to Job Mason, and he have like millions of dollars, and his company, his contract with the government, And my wife told me about him and his, how he and his wife were kind of like starting from like nothing and now building like $1 billion business, right? Have 5,000 employees. So those people that I really looked up to, and I definitely want to, got a chance to meet up with them. I don't know how, but I hope to. And then me and my wife, we've been talking about, trying to start our own business, like, do something different, right? Not the tutoring business that we have right now, which is going great. We need to grow in that. And in addition to that, we want to, adding more, side business to that. Maybe like an online business or something. I think it's important to have like a stream of income that coming in without you having to manage it. Family, yeah, make sure I spend more time with my family. Maybe going out a trip with them. So that's my goal here. All right, guys, I think that's it for the New Year resolution. I'm trying to keep it short, but hopefully I can add a couple more. So how about you guys? Any New Year resolution? So I hope that you guys have a good time. Last night with the countdown, for me, I was, I was just really sick, so I was just sleeping the whole time. So this morning I wake up, feel a little bit better. So 2018 is gone now. I think 1 year passed by so fast now. So if we don't plan for things ahead of time, the time is gonna run out. And for me right now, I'm 33, right? I'm about to hit 34 soon. And I'm about to hit that milestone 40, right? So it's very scary for me. When I hit 30, it's time for me to feel like, hey, what did I accomplish, for the past 30 years, right? So right now I'm kind of like inches, kind of moving toward that 40. So that's what's scary for me. All right, guys. So hope you guys have a good a good day. Hopefully some of you will make a new plan for yourself. And don't worry if you make any mistake during the time that you're trying to accomplish your goal. If you fail to do some certain thing, forget about it. Adjusting your plan and continue. Persevere. I think perseverance is very important. And it's important to not set too big of a goal in the beginning. You set a big goal in the beginning, it's hard to follow up with it, and you just feel bad and you give up. So it's important to set a simple goal. All right, guys. Happy 2019.